Late autumn, early winter time then, traditionally a great time for us gardeners to look back on the growing season as it's coming to a close. Some plants grew well for us this year, others maybe didn't perform. We're packing some of the garden away now for winter and looking forward to next year's exciting displays in equal measure. There's so much analysis, reflection, reminiscing that can be done, but I'll save that for your favourite BBC programme of choice. Today, I'm going to talk about exotic gardeners and why at this time of year, us tropical style and jungle gardeners here in the UK and other colder climate countries definitely realise just how crazy this whole hobby, passion, obsession truly is. If you're quite new to growing these unusual plants here in the UK, you might have started early summer, seen one of my videos or picked up a canna or a little banana plant, thinking, yes, this can bring a little touch of tropical flair to my outdoor area. Well, little did you know, but that was the start of a very slippery slope. And now, probably like me, you're outside at night when it's bitterly cold, frost and wind rattling around you, wrapping your plants up for winter. It truly is madness. In today's video, I want to talk about a few reasons why this whole exotic gardening thing really is crazy and how you might realise you're already at a point where you're beyond professional help. So let's get into it. I could say this botanical madness is confined to our gardens, but we both know that would be a lie. Yes, at this time of year, I'm pretty sure we've all seen the annual tender plant migration into our houses. Yes, a lot of the tropical style plants that make up our summer display can't take a UK winter outside. Yes, we'd all like to have an expansive greenhouse heated to 10 degrees all winter, but that's pretty ridiculous, isn't it? It would cost loads. So the only sensible option, and I use the word sensible very lightly, is obviously to bring them into our houses and take the madness to the next level. Give yourself 1 point if you've got a few tropical style plants masquerading as houseplants. Give yourself 2 points if, like me, you've got a room which is entirely dedicated to plants, no matter how small. And give yourself 3 if you saw my videos at the Secret Garden of Louth, you've got full bedrooms, bathrooms, windowsills, everything given over 100% plant obsessed. And also give yourself a bonus point if you manage to successfully convince your other half without getting divorced that these plants are just inside for the cold spell, without telling them that cold spell is definitely until next May. How is it then, with all the videos I've made about easy, evergreen, hardy, tough, exotic style plants that can grow in the UK and have a jungle effect without any winter worries, I still ended up with monstrosities like this in my garden? It's crazy. What are we doing? You might see my video wrapping up this hardy Musabaju banana plant. It's a hardy banana plant. Why am I making wrapping for it? Just in case it's a really cold winter. Absolute madness. And it really dawned on me while I was filming the video, pitch black, middle of the night, head torch on, knife in my hand, straw everywhere, just praying that the neighbours wouldn't see me, how absolutely crazy this is. So give yourself 1 point if you maybe wrap up a couple of your plants for the coldest spells. You own a couple of fleece jackets for potted plants. Maybe I can understand that, there's hope for you yet. Give yourself 2 points if you have bizarre structures like this magnificent green monolith decorating your garden all winter long. You're definitely a little bit out there. And give yourself 3 points if you have custom made structures with heating inside to look after your prize plants. There's definitely no hope for you. Yes, it's fair to say you're definitely a true exotic gardener when you spend more time wrapping up and dressing your plants over winter than you do yourself. Guilty there. Yes, I always like an overgrown child, but feel free to give yourself a bonus point if you're one of the cool kids and wear botanical or jungle themed t-shirts like me. If, however, you have multiple Hawaiian shirts in bright colours with palms, bananas and tropical foliage in them, I'm not giving any points for that. I won't encourage or condone that behaviour on any level. Walk up to a mirror and take a good long look at yourself. How do all of us super cool exotic gardeners know when it's time to wrap up, fleece, protect our precious plants over the winter months? Well, tonight, for example, I know there's going to be a freeze. I can feel it in my bones. I also can't feel my hands, and I'm pretty sure my nipples have cut holes in my thermals. But that aside, there is a darker underbelly to exotic gardening. You get into it thinking, I like these flowers, I want some big leaves, that's all nice and pretty, but then creeping up on you is being a weather geek. Yes, hand in hand with being an exotic gardener of any kind is being full-on weather obsessed. Even if you weren't before, it will be coming for you. You won't be able to look at the weather forecast the same again. In winter, you'll be on constant 24/7 watch, looking at the app on your phone, checking to see if it's going to be below freezing, what you need to cover, what you need to protect. It's just part of the hobby. It happens. Yes, you truly are an exotic gardener when you're completely and utterly obsessed with the weather, despite not being the slightest bit interested in it before. So feel free to give yourself a point if you've downloaded a weather app on your phone and you check it every day or so, just to see how your plants might be doing and what you need to wrap up. Give yourself 2 points if you're taking things to that next level. you've joined a weather forum online, or maybe a Facebook group specifically about the weather here in the UK, so you can look after your precious plants. And give yourself 3 points if you've taken that next step up, you've bought yourself a weather station, positioned proudly on a shed or garage in your garden to show off to your neighbours just what a magnificent gardener you really are. Yes, at that point, you well and truly are a real exotic gardener. Just like being a regular gym goer means you can never truly enjoy food again without seeing the calories, being an exotic gardener means the weather will always be a thing in your life. Every single day, you'll know what the weather's doing and what it's going to do. But I guess there's a plus side to that. You'll know ahead of the normal people when the sunny weather's coming up, when you can maybe book a day away, a long weekend, or a full week away from your garden. Wrong. Every holiday you have now, you'll be thinking about the garden. Did I water it? Where did I leave the plants? Does this need protecting? And whilst you're away on holiday, don't think that that won't be affected. You'll be going to garden centres, you'll be going to gardens. If you have a city break trying to get away from nature, you'll find a botanic garden. They will creep up on you. This is your life now, accept it. For my 30th birthday, 5 years ago, good maths, I went down to Cornwall, and over there I went to some of those incredible tropical style gardens here in the UK. I went to Treba, the Lost Gardens of Heligan, Tregayen. There's so many amazing gardens down there and some beautiful specialist nurseries. But for the rest of you, I'm pretty sure you'll find your holidays changing as a result of exotic gardening. Yes, you truly know you're an exotic gardener when your holidays become all about the garden. You fully deserve a point then if you manage to work in a trip to a garden centre, on a family road trip or day out. Completely unrelated, a garden centre just happened to be there, so you might as well just pop in for a coffee, leaving your family to munch on overpriced scones and look at jumpers and puzzles while you check out some cool plants. Give yourself 2 points if you can take that to the next level, somehow managing to divert the trip to a specialist plants nursery, and while you're there you might as well save on postage and pop in without your family realising that it's actually miles and miles out of the way. If however you've paid for a whole family holiday to Cornwall or some tropical destination under the guise of it being a nice relaxing family holiday, whilst all the time you know you just want to check out the local gardens and vegetation, and you've got away with it, then feel free to take all 3 points. You truly are an exotic gardening hero. And also, there's a bonus point on offer if you've ever been on a weekend or holiday away and left a full watering plan to one of your relatives who's lucky enough to be left at home. At this point, I should probably say I haven't been keeping count. It's bitterly freezing out here now, and I don't really plan these videos, but I think we're up to 15 available points so far. So if you've got over 10, you really are a true exotic gardener. You need help. Yes, I'm pretty sure anyone will realise within 5 seconds of looking at your wardrobe, Facebook profile, or house on Google Earth, you really are jungle obsessed. But let's give some more bonus points to round things off. First up then, a magnificent 5 points on offer. If whilst defending your tropical plant passion, you've ever had to use a phrase along the lines of, but at least I'm not doing drugs. It is a valid argument, but if you ever have to compare a hobby to actually doing hard drugs, you're probably in a little bit too deep. Although I suppose there are similarities. Us exotic gardeners, we're always chasing the next high. You find one fancy Scheffler, you've never heard about it before, and within a fortnight, you've got another 5 or 6 of them, you've collected them all, and you're on to the next thing. No amount of miles or Googling will stop you from getting that plant once it's in your sights. Definitely a dangerous game. And I suppose on the flip side, at least if you did drugs, you'd have more disposable income, and you'd probably be more fun at parties anyway, so there is that to keep in mind. Obvious safety announcement, drugs are bad, but do you know what's also bad? Lying. However, I know a few of you might be flexible with the truth when it comes to sneaking new plants into your garden. Maybe sliding a plant or two into the garden without our other halves noticing seems to be a bit of a trend, and one that officially I thoroughly disapprove of. So give yourself 5 points if you manage to sneak quite a substantial plant into your garden. I'm not talking about bedding plants, little flower packs of seeds. That's beginner stuff, that's barely even shoplifting. I'm talking about a full-on specimen plant. If something like that has managed to appear in your garden without anyone noticing, you truly are a wizard and you deserve 5 points. You're not just lying to your family, you're lying to yourself about how bad this problem really is now. Obviously, I say all this in jest, and for me personally, it's worth every bit of effort and madness for the rest of the year to create that summer garden full of crazy, unusual tropical style plants, bizarre plants, alien-like plants, really diverse and rare plants from all around the world. For me, there's something so special about growing the unlikely somewhere where you just wouldn't expect it, and that really is a beautiful thing. But that doesn't stop a lot of you being utterly and completely mad, but I think the world's so much better for it. I think finally, to end the video, feel free to leave your comments comments below, just how far into the exotic gardening rabbit hole are you? Are you completely well and truly committed? Is there anything that I haven't mentioned in this video which is a surefire sign that you are completely tropical style crazy? Let me know in the comments. But I'll end it with the final 5 bonus points. Give yourself 5 points if you are completely and utterly devoted to your exotic style garden and you've taken that next step of setting up an Instagram or even worse, a YouTube. You seriously need to get a life. Honestly, what are we even doing? But anyway, thanks for watching this random little video. I hope you all had a great week so far, and hopefully this next week isn't quite as cold. So thanks all for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.